Today I think I can teach others, but not yet perfect. He said, all right, you go and teach. The third one was a student who came, and he was always trying to see what was the mistake and how he has to correct, and how he worked very hard, very assiduous, very hard working. And he came to his teacher one day and he said, sir, I will not trouble you anymore now. He said, true, now you take my seat. Another's domination.
Hello, hello. जय श्री माता जी। हम सभी श्री माता जी को प्रणाम करके बंधन लेंगे। महामंत्र। अब हम सभी श्री माता जी की अमृतवाणी सुनते हुए ध्यान करेंगे।
What a beautiful place we are all in. It's a real blessing of Sahaja Yoga. For all of you to relax well. Because in relaxation only you realize that we are now realized souls, that we have entered into the kingdom of heaven, that we can see the beauty what God has created around us, that we have become sensitive to His grace and to His kindness and to His love. It's a seminar that you have arranged and I am very happy. I always wanted you to arrange seminars and that you all should meet together and live together and understand each other. The seminars on the gross level, they work out many things, no doubt. But on subtler levels, seminars of the Sahajogis means a lot. It means that a strong nucleus is being consolidated in various places in a country. And these strongholds, or we can say the strong nucleus, which is created like this, can form a mechanism by which beams of strong vibrations could flow or could be thrown all over the places. It's a very great task to build up these mechanisms, these divine mechanisms in different parts of your country. Let's take her out for a while. For example, Mother Earth has done her job. Wherever it was possible for her, she has created living deities to show that God exists, that you can now test their vibrations and see for yourself how she has worked very hard. She has created all this beautiful universe. She has created you also. She has created the Kundalini within you. She represents the beautiful nature, we can say. In her company, in her bounties, when you are drenched and you all meet each other, you see for yourself that how she blesses all of you just the same. There is no difference between you and any other person for her. But those who are sensitive, are subtler people, enjoy her much more than you people. Now the problem that exists in every country has its own style, I have seen. And as in this country also we have a style of problems which comes. Gradually it's changing its form. In the beginning I found that people were over-aggressive, skeptical, and also could be rude also sometimes. It's all right. makes no difference to me. Now gradually they started changing over. Now they are becoming aware of what they have got, what role they are playing, how important it is to be an Englishman. And when I say English, I mean all the English people, not Wales or anything different. And how they have to become part and parcel of the heart of the universe. I wonder how many of you really realize how important it is to be an Englishman. That everything that happens in this country circulates. For example, if this royal wedding had taken place in any other royal family, it would not have circulated so much. Everything circulates from this country. Maybe you may not think much of yourself. You may think that what is so great? After all, England is like any other country. But you see why people accept so many things from you. Like even a monarch. I mean, most of the countries have thrown away their monarchies. And in this country it exists and it has a respectable position. And the symbol of a monarchy is still lingering here in a very proud way. Then the marriage itself. So marriages of royal families are always detested and protested and nobody is interested. And such a auspicious thing should take place here and that everybody should see it. So many countries should watch it and appreciate it and enjoy it of all the things. Is something surprising. It transcends all rationality, all understanding of even logic. We can say that. What is the logic behind it? But if you are enjoying it, you just enjoy. You don't want to think about it while you are enjoying it. So one has to understand that you are part and parcel of the heart of the universe. One thing is essential, that you have to be very flexible people. You have to have the flexibility of the heart cells, you can say. Now, heart has to pump. It has to be strong. And surprisingly, lion is your emblem. So you have to have a lion's heart. And lion's heart means he's not afraid. He's the king. He knows he's the king and he lives like a king. Like a lion. And Leo, as in astrology, or if you say, is a man who is extremely generous. Lion-hearted, not afraid of anything. There should be no fear. But English language, if you read anyone or if you listen to anyone, every third sentence will come with the word, I'm afraid. I'm afraid to say, I'm afraid this is so. This word must be dropped out from the vocabulary of surgeons. What is there to be afraid of? Some people say that this is said because we do not want to hurt other people. There are so many other ways of saying things without hurting others. But what is there to be afraid of? A man who is weak cannot love. Only a strong person can love. If you talk of love, first of all, see whether you are strong enough to love or not. Loving is not an easy thing, even carnal love. Even loving your beloved in the ordinary sense is not an easy thing. You have to have a very strong moral concept. Otherwise, every third minute people start changing their loves. That kind of a love has no meaning. You have to have a very firm ideas. Not only ideas in your brain, but built within you. Very few people can really have a love as Romeo had, I can tell you this. It's easy to think that you are a Romeo, it's different. You can think you are the king of England, it's alright. But you don't become that way. So, to be Romeo itself, you have to have a tremendous character, a tremendous sense of sacrifice and love and understanding of what you want. You want to love, that's all. Nothing beyond or before. I mean, a man, when he falls in love forever and ever and ever. If he falls in love many a times, it cannot be love. So that experience also is sort of a forbidden fruit for most of. So to love God is even more difficult. Without seeing Him, without knowing Him, without knowing His bounties, without getting realization, it is very difficult. But today that is not the case. But still you have to have no fear in your mind. Trust. You trust yourself and trust others. First of all, try to trust yourself. If you have made mistakes, you have to say, yes, I have made mistakes, all right. So what? Trust yourself that you can correct yourself also. Trusting doesn't mean blind ego trip. It does not mean that. Trust means that, yes, I can correct myself. I can improve. I can do better. Some people think that if you trust yourself, then you should never confess anything that you have done. That you should never say that it was wrong and I can correct. This is a wrong idea. You have to trust yourself by saying that yes, I have done mistakes, I have been doing wrong, I have been faltering, but I can correct. I have that strength within me. I can rise above all these things. I have that thing within me which I can use to my advantage. Trust yourself. Trust that you are realized. Trust that God loves you, that He has chosen you to be His instrument. Love yourself. You are unique, no doubt. As it is human beings, every individual is a unique person. But after realization, you are definitely a unique person. It never means ego trip. One has to use discretion about understanding. It never means ego trip. If you cannot correct yourself, you are not master of yourself. Yes, you are not perfect. You are unique, but you are not perfect. You have to perfect yourself. These words can be very confusing. When I say you are unique, immediately you think you are perfect. These are two words. Unique and perfect. Somebody can be unique, but he can have imperfections. So you have to perfect yourself. And trust in yourself that you can perfect yourself. Through your Kundalini awakening, clearing your chakras, by understanding yourself, you can perfect yourself. You have to perfect. I have so many ways, I tell you. Directly, sometimes indirectly, through friends, somehow point out that this is the problem with you. You should think that I am within you. I am that part within you which is discretion. When you do not understand your own discretion, I try to give you the direction, by this way or that way. But people feel hurt, people feel bad, or some of them accept it. If you are seekers and if you are ascending, you are definitely unique or especially blessed, and you have to pay special attention to yourself. You can't afford to play with yourself. So you have to discriminate between ego or ego trips, as they call it, and ascent. Ego trips bring you back with the worst hurting. It would be something like throwing you in the air and again you come back with a bump and break one of your necks or something like that. That's what ego trip is. But ascent is where you really rise above. Not only that you rise, but with you, you make others rise. In your ascent, you develop tremendous powers. The higher you ascend, the better it is. But not by understanding that I am perfect, you can ascend, never so. It's a story of a teacher and his student. The teacher was very kind to the student, and he would come and show him his creations. He was very kind. And every time he would say that I have done this good and this is the thing that I have not been able to do. So will you please tell me how to correct it? And the teacher would say, yes, good. You better correct this part. Then do this. And one day the student came and said, now this is perfect. He said, you are no more student now. So he said, no more. You are not to come to me anymore. There was another student who was coming every day and correcting himself. And he told to his teacher that today I think I can teach others, but not yet perfect. He said, all right, you go and teach. The third one was a student who came, and he was always trying to see what was the mistake and how he has to correct, and how he worked very hard, very assiduous, very hard working. And he came to his teacher one day and he said, sir, I will not trouble you anymore now. He said, true, now you take my seat. That is what one has to understand. You ascend, you will become humbler. It is just the other way around, people understand. You see, when they ascend, they think we have achieved some special powers. I don't know, suddenly self-certification starts, you see. I'm very good in spirituality, I'm very high up and all that. This self-certificate starts. And then it can reach such a point that suddenly you found you are on the earth again. This kind of thing is not the way it works out. Actually, the people who ascend, there are certain qualities that show on them. The first thing is your collectivity. How collective you are. With how many people you can carry on. At how many things you can laugh. That is one of the biggest qualities. The second quality is that how much you accept another's domination, who cuts down your collectivity. You must have your personality separate from everyone. If you allow others to cut your personality, say for example, there's a boss and you are the employee, and the boss is not realized soul and you are a realized soul. Or maybe both are realized souls. Take it like that. And one of them is ascending. Then he becomes humbler, he becomes better, there are congenial relationships. But to a point. He will never compromise with his boss when it comes to his ascent, to his collectivity, to his giving, to his doing things for others. On that point he'll never have any domination, because how much you feel responsible about yourself is the second one. How much you are responsible to be there, to be a cell in the heart. Any cell that fails, fails the heart. Every cell in the heart has to be extremely sensitive and extremely obedient to the self, to the spirit. It has to activate, work harder when there is need, there are emergency. And it enjoys the most. And no impurity should be allowed. The third point. As I told you, first is collectivity, secondly your responsibility. And third point is purity. Purity of your own heart, first of all. Of your own heart, about sincerity, cunningness. As I am saying this, you will be realizing that all Englishmen believe in the contrary. Nowadays. Not olden times, but nowadays. Clean heart, transparent, open heart. Trust others. Talk to everyone with an open heart. Trust others. Why do you doubt? If you do not doubt yourself, you will not doubt others. What are they going to take away from you? What have you got? Nobody can take away your nose, eyes, nothing. It's all quite intact. It's all nicely glued down. So nothing is going to disappear. What are they going to hurt to a person who is a realized soul? If your heart is clean, you can see the other person clearly through and through. Innocence is such a powerful thing that even a glance is sufficient to kill a Satan. Purity of heart. Actually, when the heart becomes impure, the impurity flows down to other places. It is not the other way round. It is from the heart. Many people believe that it's the body that becomes impure. I think it is the heart which becomes really impure, and then it starts trickling down to the body, and then it is residual there, it settles down there. So have a clean, open heart like a child's heart. Open heart. What is there to be afraid of anyone? What is there not to trust anyone? What is there to be angry with anyone? Talk to everyone, shake hands with everyone. Be nice to everyone. On the way you find somebody's difficulty, give him a hand. If somebody cannot sit properly or has a problem, you try to remove the problem. If the person cannot stand, give the place. Try to give from your clean heart. If your heart is not clean, it can never give. Now, how do you clean the heart? It's the subject which Felicity wanted me to discuss, is how to clean the heart. There is no broom available for that in the supermarket. There are no fairy liquids or anything to wash it down. But there is a way. Allow your heart to be drenched in your mother's love. Just allow. See how much she loves you. I trust you. People laugh at me sometimes. Some of these saints who are supposed to be very great people, they can't understand how I trust you. They say that, oh, these are all lost traces. These are horrible people. How do you trust them? They are not sannyasis, they are not sadhus, they are nothing. They are ordinary people. For them, your value is nothing. If you go to them, they will make you stand on your head for 3 months. For 3 years they may hang you on a well. I don't know what they will do to test you. But I trusted you the day I saw you. The day you came to me, I trusted. And I worked on you from the very first day, knowing what you are, but I trust your spirit, that it would shine. In the same way, trust. We laugh at others. I've seen Sahaj Yogis laugh at others, make fun of them when they come. Trust them. When you will trust them, you will respect them also. So you have to believe in yourself and enjoy the way gently you are sweeping into the current of your mother's love. Just enjoy that. Like a flower that falls into the current and flows and enjoys all the beauties of that current. In the same way, you should enjoy. When that enjoyment comes into you, you will start trusting. And trust your mother. I try many things to correct you, but trust in one thing, that whatever I try for you or do anything I may do for you, it is just to clean you. That's my job. May sometimes you might feel I'm publicly saying things for you. Maybe your images are being ruined by that, or whatever you may think. That's not the way. Is for your hita. is for the well-being of your spirit. And that is the most difficult job. With all this, trust in your heart. First trust yourself, trust others. Others are yogis. Love thy neighbor as thyself. Who is your neighbor? He is a Sanjog. Stand by him. And trust your mother. As I have trusted you, you have to trust me. And it will work out. Open your heart to this trust. You should not worry whether it would be protocolish all right or not, whether it would be absolutely respectable or not. Because heart knows. Whatever your heart will do in its genuine form will be respected, because there resides your spirit which manifests. That will look after. By outer forms, whatever you try, it's not going to work. It is that trust in your loving heart that is going to work. It doesn't matter. You see, today she brought some flowers. There were some supposed to be weeds, according to her. She went to the station, and there she was taking some flowers out. And the station master and his wife were very sweet. And they said, "Oh, go ahead, they are only weeds, you can have them." And they are so fragrant, one of the most fragrant flowers I have ever seen. They are just weeds. They do not conform to any formal flowers, but just few flowers attached to other flowers were most fragrant. Love gives all the sophistication and the fragrance and all the breeding that is required. Not talking of love, but really loving is the way. It's most enjoyable. Today I wanted to, can you close the door? Tell you something good about Greece before we start off with the puja. For about 10 minutes, very interesting things have happened. When I went to Greece, I knew that I had to go to Greece. And they told me that they believed in the beginning in one mother, in one primordial mother. But after some time, there were some Indo-Aryan people, Indo-Aryan, who came down to them. And they said, yes, there is one mother, but she has many aspects. And these aspects are expressed as different gods. And then they told about all the gods, which you know of. But they later on made them absolutely human type of gods and they spoiled it. But still there are certain things so amazing it was. Like Athena is the name of the goddess, the primordial mother. But Athena, Atha in Sanskrit means the primordial. They got the word from Athena. And to the water they call Niro. Niro. And in Sanskrit it is Nira. My name is, at home I am called as Nira. Means from water. It's very surprising how many words there are. Like I said, told them about the centers, they said Kendro. We say in Sanskrit is Kendra. But the best was in Delphi when I went. We were surprised at something they said, that it is the navel of the universe. I said Europe is the liver and Greece is the navel. And they showed a point that is the navel, it was vibrating. And not only that, but they showed the most remarkable thing was that this is the mound which is actually the expression of the navel. Is the mound which is actually has come out of the Mother Earth, is the one, this one. And this is actually Athena, according to them. This is that has come out of the Mother Earth. I saw the vibrations were tremendous. And next to that, there were a lot of vibrations coming. So I turned around, and what I find is the Ganesha, absolute Ganesha there sitting down, with a beautiful trunk, the face, and the ears, and the eyes, and the stomach. Can you believe it? Sitting next to her, and absolutely the vibrations come. I mean, I didn't have a photograph, camera or anything, otherwise I would have taken a photograph. But now if you go and you can see. Another thing is they showed the egg, just imagine. And the eternal egg from where the other eggs come out. And the eggs are shown divided the same way into spindles as they do, which doctors know, they have seen under microscope. But how did they see those Greeks? God alone knows. But there's another side. First, they used to get Amruta, is the one that was meant for the gods, by which they were given eternal life. In the sense they were appointed as permanent features. But then the same thing they wanted everybody to have, so they started using some, that was called as Ambrosia. They converted into something else and they started calling it Ambrosia as some sort of a LSD business. So also they went into trance. So the rest of it is all supraconscious. And that supraconscious also side by side exists. Now discretion has to be used. How around reality always supraconscious or collective subconscious works out, one way or the other. And you have to go to the point where the reality exists. What happens? You get lost into the supraconscious, or you get lost into the superego, or we can say the collective subconscious. So you see, both things are to be found out. Like in Indian temple you go, you'll find all surrounded by collective subconscious. Too much ritualism, ritualistic. Ritualism takes them to the left side. With that they go to the problem of getting all these women who get spirits and they go on who before the deities, and then they tell the name of the horse and all those things. When all the three deities have come out in Bombay, where I used to live very close to that. Just imagine. And this is very common. So to understand how human beings reacted to that is very well shown in Delphi. It's a beautiful thing, it's so done. But I was amazed at the temple of Athena when we went there. It's so much so near to the thing that the Muladhara is shown there where the Kundalini is. Now she is the one who has snakes around her, see? And she has little snakes as her children. Can you imagine? And she is one, and she has a daughter which is the Kundalini in you, and a god who is a child god. And when she stands, she has a Kundalini in her hand, the snake coming out of her. With all the chakras she has built. It's so beautifully shown. The best was her sanctum sanctorium, where nobody is allowed to go inside, where she resides, is the Adi Kundalini. But they say that she came out of the head of Zeus, the primordial Kundalini. And her place nobody can go inside, nobody can reach except for herself, the child self. But her steps are very large, all three are roundish, she curved. Can you imagine? They are curved as if part of the kundalas they are. And they are 3.5. In height, you can see that. In height and width also. Like every place is made of a big three are made of big stones, and the last one is made of the small, 3.5, and they go in a curve. And that is sanctum sanctorium, nobody can go inside. Now what an expression it is. This was the early expression. And Athens is after her name, Athena. If you see the face also, you will find your mother very much there. I've got the photographs and all that, which I will show you later on. But what I'm saying, the Mother Earth has done her job. People have done their job. Christ, or we can say Muhammad, or Buddha, Kabira, any one of them, they have done their jobs. All right. They have worked for you, they have created places within you, they have done their job. Now it is you who are on the stage, not me. Sahasrara has to do it. And Sahasrara always surrounds the heart. You are enlightened by your spirit, which resides in your heart. And the whole Sahasrara's mandala are around the heart. So as you are now a temple of that spirit, you are the heart. You have to be very, very assiduous. This is the fourth point, which is again against all Englishmen. They are holidaying permanently. The whole attention is on holidays. At the slightest pretext, they are on a holiday. The word holiday comes from the word holy day. Is to do something holy on that day. God took his leave from the whole world for one day to cleanse himself and to be in a holy condition. Because you see, when you clear other people, when you create something, when you want to have some time to yourself and to enjoy yourself, that's why he got this holiday. Here it is permanent holiday, not holy day. It's holy, means follow. It's holidays. And this madness of holiday is, of course, I'm working out on my level to cut it down. This is the time one has to really get into Sahaja Yoga, to work hard. Is the time to give up all your lethargies. You have to get out of your sleep. I've seen people, she asked me that, Mother, we would like to have your puja. I said, I know why you want to have puja. It's good. Because puja means flooding. The floods come in, everybody feels fine. Some feel fine for a month, some for a week, some for a day, some for an hour. Okay? As it is. Because with flooding, you feel the water has come inside. But it should be heated. There should be some depth. That is not done. Every Sahaja Yogi must do it every day. Is a part of his life. Cleansing is a part of his life. It's just like brushing his teeth. Even if he does not brush his teeth, does not matter. I do not brush my teeth every night. You might have noticed it. I need not brush. My teeth are still solid, and I was asking my husband, when do the human beings lose their teeth? He said, you have already passed that age. I said, that means I will never lose my teeth? He said, may not. But I never brush my teeth in the night before sleeping, as you people religiously do. The most important thing is cleansing yourself every night. Whether you cleanse it with water, or rub it yourself with salt, or with butter, or you do the Trataka with the flames, do what you like. But you have to pay attention to your cleansing every night. And morning time, you have to surrender before doing anything else. You have to get up early, all right, get up early. Do what you like, but you have to work hard. And you have to think every day, what have I done for Sahaja Yoga today? It's not the same cycle we are going to start. So, once you have denied materialism, you became a peace. Now after coming out of that, you are not going to start the same cycle of materialism. This is a new way where we have to, where we understand our detachments from things. It's all right. We are not going to run away from matter, but we are going to master it. If we get it, well and good. If we don't get it, well and good. It's just the same. Makes no difference. And hard work is needed now. Real hard work, I tell you, because now I'm going to America. When I'm there is so much of lethargy. When I don't allow you to sleep after 6 o'clock, even if you try. I've done that, if you notice. Rather difficult for people to sleep after 6. But still, when I go away, you have to really work very hard and keep yourself clean every day and write it down on a piece of paper. By the time I come back again, I find all my horses. That's not going to be this time. Today you have to promise me that all of you are going to work very hard, cleanse yourself completely. Go all out. After all, this country is not so big. Travel. It makes a big impression. You have seen Australian times. I had only one Sahaja with me, thank God. That was Mr. Regis. I was only controlling him. Only 1 horse I had to control. He was all right. He behaved very well. Otherwise he could have gone off, Anything is possible under the sun. But he behaved very well. He was quite under control. And they were impressed by his presence there, and they called him serene. Imagine, Regis, very serene. And he was very sweet, I must say, and he explained to them very well because he's well educated, he's a doctor. Today I played a trick on him though. I'm sorry for that. It was too much. Whatever it is. But it worked out. And he's done it well. In the same way, it is you people. I have seen it, said it again and again, that you are the people who are going to bring Sahaja on yourself. You are the people who are going to do it. I am not. You see, now when there is waterfall, what energy do you see? Nothing. It's just a waterfall. But when you put it to turbines and take out that electricity from the turbines, and then you see them here, then you see, yes, there is electricity. Whatever is potential has no meaning. Whatever is kinetic, whatever is showing has a meaning. And so, it is for you to be the showpieces of Sahaja Yoga, not me. Because some will say that, oh, you may be, so what? You are a different clan altogether. Some may say that, oh, we can't believe. But they will believe you, much more they will believe. They will not believe me at all. You say, I am fantastic. I cannot be understood, you see. So they won't believe me, they will believe it. They will not trust me, but they will trust you. They would not trust twice, but they would trust you, because you are one of them. That is why it is important that you should improve in all sincerity, in all truthfulness to yourself. Become a perfect mechanism. No reservations, should be no reservations. You see, thinking, all right, if I do this much, then it's all right, then I come. It is not all out effort. You see, it is very common. You see, cutting corners, as they say. Oh, this much, all right. Should I do this much or should I do this much? You see, very much discretion is used for all these things. It's typical. See, how many people, so how many sandwiches. They will eat at the most 2 or 3. What's the use of making more? So, but everybody will not eat 3. So make it, say 2 is all right. Somebody will eat 1. These calculations. Who will eat 1? The one who is calculating should not eat at all. That's the best way. But it's all these calculations starts in the mind, you see. And these calculations, it's a very tricky part. I know it's very tricky. But you have beacons. If really, I tell you, lit, nobody had that. And you have got the torches in it. And you have a balancing way, automatically do it. Just trust in all those things. And if you walk straight forward, forget all that is past, all that is nonsensical. Forget it, you are a different person. I'm sure you rise very fast. And you will be really a living, organized being. All of you put together. Living, organized. These two are not complementary ever, because living is always disorganized according to human concept. Like they will say that this flower comes out this way, that should come out that way. That's human beings thinking. But God thinks that this is the way it is organized. So living organized means organized in the will of God. That's how Sahaja Yogi are going to form that nucleus, that great nucleus, that powerful nucleus, that tremendous source which is going to overthrow all that is nonsensical. It is tremendous. Believe. May God bless.
हम सभी श्री माता जी की आरती करेंगे।
सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी। दिल में सदा रहना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी। दिल में सदा रहना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जग में संकट कारण कितने लिए अवतार, माँ कितने लिए अवतार। विश्व में तेरी महिमा, विश्व में तेरी महिमा। तू गंगा यमुना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी। दिल में सदा रहना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जो भी शरण में आया, सुख ही मिला उसको, माँ सुख ही मिला उसको। बैठ के दिल में हो माँ, बैठ के दिल में हो माँ। लौट के ना जाना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। दुआ देना। मानव में अवतर के कर दिया उजियारा, माँ कर दिया उजियारा। कलयुग में माया है, कलयुग में माया है, फिर भी पहचाना। माँ सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना। माँ सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी। दिल में सदा रहना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। संत जनों की धरती है भारत माता, माँ है भारत माता। इस धरती पर आकर, इस धरती पर आकर दुख से दूर करना। माँ सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना। माँ सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी। दिल में सदा रहना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जब दिल में आए तब मधुर संगीत सुन लो, माँ मधुर संगीत सुन लो। होए सके जो सेवा, होए सके जो सेवा, हमसे करा देना। माँ सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना। माँ सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कलिकी साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्ष प्रदायिनी माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। बोलो श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी श्री निर्मला देवी की